Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do subscribe if you're interested. Hey, we're gonna do a random ranking today, and for Oscar prep, we're going to do a Best Picture themed random ranking. Been doing these for a few days now. Basically, what we're gonna do is go to my Best Picture collection beside me and then pick out three Best Picture winners at random and then rank those movies from most favorite to least favorite based on whatever criteria we come up with. I say we because I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Now let's get to picking some Best Picture winners. Okay, so I think maybe on Monday I'm going to start choosing Best Picture winners from... Ooh, what is this one? Feels like a book. It does give me a clue. Yep, I can feel it. I know what it is. I'll start picking from a little more like contemporary movies rather than, from Wings to Coda. So we'll get to more contemporary stuff, so more people can participate because I know not everybody has seen all of these. But let's get to seeing what I picked. Okay. Oh, I was wrong. The one that felt like a book, I was wrong about. Okay. Here we go. So, first, we have Braveheart. I love you. Always have. What's the other one? There's another quote my friends and I... Oh, yeah, always quote. We always go, Baronet. Baronet. Like the burning at the beginning. Let me get it. Baronet. Baronet. It's like they put so many different syllables in the word burn it. Baronet. Baronet. Anyway, Braveheart. Yeah, man, I like this movie a lot. I used to do... Well, this is gonna be embarrassing. So, okay, I used to do like foam sword fighting, basically, when I was in high school. And Argyle Wallace, yeah, his last name was Wallace too, right? Yeah, Argyle Wallace. I think, who's playing him? Brian Cox, I believe, is playing him. And that's where I got my sword fighting name. I went by Argyle. For a while, I had I had one other fighting name, but then eventually I settled on Argyle, and I got it from this movie. But yeah, people will get upset about how it's not historically accurate and get upset about that and be like, I don't like the movie because of that. And it's like, well, that just like limits you on what the types of movies that you can and can't like. Because like Lincoln, and I guess this one I kind of understand, but Spielberg messed with some of the people who were abolitionists and were not abolitionists, some of the states anyways, based on their voting record. He skewed with that a little bit to make things a little bit more dramatic. Titanic, I mean, Jack and Rose aren't real. So, I don't know, the way I look at it is, this isn't a retelling, a historical drama. It's just a work of art using real names and countries and kingdoms and stuff like that. Real events, but again, it's just it's a work of art. It's an interpretation. It's, it's not accurate. It's an abstraction of the way things really went. And I think it's a cool abstraction. I like that. Next, we have You Can't Take It With You. I said, yeah, but You Can't Take It With You. Frank Capra's film. We got a wild cast here. Look at that. Lionel Barrymore's in it. Where's he at? In there, in the background somewhere. I think I see him right there. And then Jimmy Stewart. Got him. This is nice, light fare. It's just family, money. I don't know. I've only seen it 2 times, but I remember it being nice. Just, kind of nice movie. And I always liked it for that, because when I was like ranking every Best Picture winner, I haven't done that in a video yet. I've just done it on my own before. I remember putting it kind of high just because it was kind of like, that's a nice movie, and that's kind of how I feel about it. But I would like to give it a rewatch and really dive into it again, because it's been probably 10, oh well, not 10 yet, because the last time I watched it was with my wife, so it's probably been 8 or 9 years since I've watched this. Next, we have The Sting. This was the one that was a book. I thought I was picking up Lawrence of Arabia because that one is also a book, but I should have known because the Lawrence of Arabia piece of physical media has like a canvas texture here, where this is an implied leather texture here. This movie is good. The weird thing to me is, but it's a work of art, so I shouldn't be a hypocrite, but the music is not of the era. The music is earlier and was out of fashion by the time this movie takes place. You know, the you know, that ragtime? That's not what was going on during this time period. But I didn't know that actually. I didn't even like know that. I remember reading that and being like, "Hey, wait a second, that's not cool." But look at me in Braveheart, you know? Now I'm the person talking about historical accuracy. I just love this image right here. Look at that. Look at that, Redford and Newman. Newman looks amazing. He looks so cool. What do I want to say about this? It's, you know, kind of like con artist caper sort of thing. The opening credits are some of the best ever. Some of the best ever opening credits. Look at the pictures. Look at the illustrations along with what you are reading on the screen. Take a look at that and your world will be changed. That's kind of the cool part about, not the cool thing about this movie, but it is a cool thing about this movie. So, next, we rank these. So I think this is going to actually be pretty easy for me. While You Can't Take It With You, a nice movie, I feel like I just have, you know, like Tom Berenger in The Big Chill. He's being asked what he's watching on TV, and he's like, I don't know. And so they're asking him to explain what's going on. He's like, I don't know. It's just, don't you ever just let art wash over you? At this point, it's been so long since I've seen this. I've only seen it 2 times, and I feel, to me, it feels like I just like let it wash over me. So I would like to watch it again all these years later to just refresh my memory on it. A lot of these older Best Picture winners I know I've seen at the very least twice, and I could use a refresher because it has been, I think, 8 years since I saw a lot of them. So, Sting is going to be number 2. Who does number 2 work for? What? Austin Powers popping up in my head. You know, it's a really fun caper, even if the music isn't historically accurate. But again, who am I to talk about historical accuracy if I am in love with Braveheart? I was Braveheart for Halloween probably 3 or 4 different times. Started in, what was I think maybe 6th grade. So like 96, 95. Well, would that have been right? Mate, was it when the movie came out? 95 or 96? Was my first year as Braveheart. Maybe it was junior high. Was I in 7th grade? I can't remember. But regardless, I've been William Wallace a number of times for Halloween. I have a kilt, and I don't know. It's a great Halloween costume. Back in the day, in the '90s, when I was pulling up on people's doors, knocking, looking for candy, they were always excited to see William Wallace. Even though I was probably too old to be trick or treating. When did you stop trick or treating? Because we did it, I think, up until like freshman year of high school. We were doing it. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go Braveheart, then The Sting, and then You Can't Take It With You. My question to you is, have you seen these movies? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all 3, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.